That's Degrassi, The Next Generation. The series focused on a group of high school students and discussed issues like racism, teenage pregnancy, and bullying. Degrassi first aired in 1979, going on to span 5 series and went on to launch the careers of celebrities such as Drake and Nina Dobrev. Linda Schuyler is one of the co-creators of the show and reflected on how Degrassi came to be. Here's my spotlight conversation with Linda Schuyler. It started way back in 1979 as an idea a middle school teacher had. By the 80s, it was must-see TV after school. And by the 2000s, Degrassi had become a global franchise. 4 decades and 6 series later, creator Linda Schuyler still remembers the pilot episode and how the show got its now famous name.
It was just a little episode called Ida Makes a Movie. We shot it in 1979, and a friend of mine was a school teacher, and he was working during the day, so he said, well, you need a location, do you want to use my house? Turned out his house was number 98 Degrassi Street. So we started shooting right on Degrassi with the first episode, and then when CBC started asking for more episodes, we thought, oh, let's call it The Kids of Degrassi Street. And it grew from there.
When did you know that you had fire in your hand?
There's been magic in the show for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we cast age appropriate and we cast a variety of people. There's a lot of diversity in our cast.
Through the generations, Degrassi has never shied away from taking on controversial subject matter relevant to its young audiences. Teen pregnancy, suicide, HIV, and racism, to name a few.
We got pushback mostly from the Americans.
Right.
We got pushback on the abortion episode, as Stephen said. We also got pushback on interracial dating. We got some quite nasty letters from people. And we had, at one point, we had the Florida Family Association write to our broadcaster trying to get Degrassi taken off the air because they felt that we were grooming people to be gay.
From 80s stars like Pat Mastroianni and Shanae Grimes of 90210 fame, the platform has helped launch many an actor's career. But there is no disputing the biggest star to come out of Schuyler's brood of teens. I'm upset. $500,000 on my head, I can't accept. At 15 years old, Aubrey Graham, a.k.a. Drake, was cast to play the role of Jimmy Brooks. Did you ever think that one of your cast members would be one of the biggest stars in the entire world?
Oh my gosh.
One thing about Aubrey was we knew he had charisma. He had vulnerability and charisma.
Yeah.
So we knew it was going to work on the camera. And right away, we weren't aware of the music right away, but gradually, and I've still got some of his old mixtapes.
You have some of his old mixtapes?
Me and you did the same thing.
That's right.
Can we listen when you release
we tried very hard to get him to do more music in Degrassi, to dance into it. But it was a separate life for him.
That passion for music once got him in trouble on set.
He made a special deal with our security people and our ADs.
Okay.
So he would go chasing his musical dreams during the night, roll into our studio 3, 4 in the morning, sleep in his dressing room, and then the ADs would get him up in time to go and report to the set.
Degrassi will always be part of Drake's history, and now, like the superstar, the series has its own place on Canada's Walk of Fame. A new documentary of the show is also in the works, looking back at the enduring legacy of the program and its impact on teens around the world.